never mentions it.
He forgets things. Alright, okay, I'm going to do this one first. It's one I've never read in public before.
Yes! Love it.
It's based on wrestling characters, okay. Based on characters created by World Wrestling Entertainment, no copyright infringement intended. And it's called Showdown in Rumbletown. Out in the desert, desolate and arid, there's a place called Rumbletown. The governor is a fighter for decency and justice, and he's called the Big Boss Man. Rumbletown was ruled by the $1 Million Man, a shrewd and hardened businessman feared by everyone. Everybody had a price for the $1 Million Man, and every man and woman in all of Rumbletown were all touched and exploited by his power and influence. His money's reach was everywhere, pervasive and insidious. His rule, he was rule and master over everything he saw. Every citizen in Rumbletown knew he was the law. Big Boss Man was an only child brought up by his mother, who instilled in him a passion for justice, law and order. And in his school days, Big Boss Man stood up to thugs and bullies, defending the weak and powerless with his own tough brand of justice. Big Boss Man left home to be a cop in Rumbletown, the sprawling desert kingdom of the $1 Million Man. He gained a reputation for being strong and incorruptible, feared and loathed by every common thief and lowly criminal. Big Boss Man went to war against the scum of Rumbletown, like one-man gang, the Nasty Boys, Nails and Bad News Brown. There was no hiding place for them with Big Boss Man on their trail. He caught them, he arrested them, and threw them all in jail. To Big Boss Man, these dangerous villains got what they deserved. As long as he patrolled the streets, then justice would be served. Now, the $1 Million Man had heard of this new maverick cop, this guardian angel of the streets no criminal could stop. He realized the Big Boss Man could be someone of use to him, so he got in touch with Big Boss Man and he arranged to meet with him. In his rooftop penthouse suite, looking over Rumbletown, the $1 Million Man came face to face with Big Boss Man. He told him, "Big Boss Man, I need you to do a job for me. My private files were stolen. I want you to get them back for me. If you agree to do this, and if you return my property, I will see you are paid well and rewarded for your loyalty." The Big Boss Man took the offer from the $1 Million Man, but deep down Big Boss Man sensed that something odd was going on. The secret nature of the job and the private office meeting all made him wonder what the $1 Million Man was hiding. Using all his guile and smarts, Big Boss Man found the stolen files located at the bottom of a pit of deadly snakes. They were placed there by the $1 Million Man's ex-chauffeur, Virgil, who sought to use the knowledge that the files contained as blackmail. For Virgil, just like everybody else in Rumbletown, had been abused and exploited by the $1 Million Man. The $1 Million Man's treatment of Virgil left him broken. The blackmail was a desperate final shot at getting even. Interrogating Virgil, Big Boss Man fired lots of questions. Virgil told him, "Look into the files, and there you'll find your answers." Big Boss Man checked the stolen files, and what he found was shocking. Records of everything the $1 Million Man was doing. Every bribe, every rotten deal, and every crooked deed. The $1 Million Man's empire was built on theft and greed. Big Boss Man closed the files, and he came to a decision. He would not be part of the deceit and the corruption that puts every honest citizen at the mercy of the criminals. It was a slight upon his honor and an insult to his principles. He told the $1 Million Man, "I will not be bought! I'll see you now for what you are. Get ready for a fight. You will pay for all the misery you caused in Rumbletown. The Big Boss Man is on your case, and I will bring you down." The $1 Million Man hit back with everything he had, releasing stories in the press to make his foe look bad. But he found it quite impossible to tarnish and discredit him. The citizens all rallied round the Big Boss Man, defending him. Outraged, the $1 Million Man resorted to extremes. In his rooftop suite, he rounded up a fearsome gang of thugs. With the gang lined up before him, he gave orders loud and clear. They had to find the Big Boss Man and make him disappear. The gang tracked down the big boss man and took him by surprise and buried him beneath a flailing pile of arms and legs. But just when it seemed like Big Boss Man was down and out for good, a group of angry citizens attacked them from behind. The gang were beaten back and they went fleeing from the crowd. A stunned and conscious Big Boss Man was soon revived. Soon after the attack, the Big Boss Man received a message. A furious $1 million man was giving him a challenge. The $1 million man wanted to fight him one-on-one in a showdown to decide who was the law in Rumbletown. In the town square, the citizens assembled in a circle as the Big Boss Man and the $1 million man engaged in battle. The Big Boss Man wrestled bravely, showing stamina and skill, but the $1 million man boxed hard with cunning, speed and guile. It was a taut, relentless matchup with so much on the line. The citizens were cheering for the Big Boss Man to win. And when the $1 million man appeared to get the upper hand, the Big Boss Man caught him under arms and threw him to the ground. The $1 million man was down, outfought and outmaneuvered. The Big Boss Man was the victor and the townsfolk celebrated. The $1 million man fled Rumbletown, chastened and defeated, chased out by everybody that he bullied and exploited. And in the desert, harsh and arid, there's a place called Rumbletown, protected by a fighter for decency and justice, and he's called the Big Boss Man.
Good, Alain.